Hello and welcome back to Scale War Machines. In these strange times, I hope you all had a chance to finish abandoned scale model projects, learn new skills and try new ways of doing things. If you watched my channel update videos during the lockdown, you'll know I, like many of you, had grand plans to finish some shelf queens and even upgrade the Scale War Machines workshop. But if you thought it had been unusually quiet around here, you're right. Since I started the channel, I've managed to upload 1 or 2 videos pretty regularly most months. But there's been no new videos since July. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. You may be wondering why. Well, here's the answer. It might seem like an odd choice to completely remodel Scale War Machines towers during the middle of one of the strangest periods of recent history. But that's exactly what's been going on. The truth is, a major house upgrade was planned for earlier in 2020 but was pushed back until slightly after the lockdown, from March until May. So in late May, work began in earnest on a pretty large refurbishment of the house. It covered most things internal, and frankly, packing up all our belongings and doing all that work is not something I want to repeat in a hurry. It was a huge hassle and pretty stressful. There was no way I could shoot, edit and produce videos in this upheaval, let alone do much actual modelling just for the fun of it. The channel is ultimately a hobby run by me, with the help of some others behind the scenes. I have a day job, and so I had to let the channel take a back seat. But there's good news. That's it, it's finally over. Most of the internal work is done, and I can start to think about making more content again. The only downside is that some of the work I planned on the workshop itself has had to be postponed. I've started to make the space into the ultimate man cave, with some of the features I wanted beginning to appear, like the lined walls and French cleats. I'll have to finish that when I can. It's maybe something that I can share as I make progress into transforming this space into the ultimate hobby room. So what about the modelling? I barely made a dent in my Shelf Queen collection of unfinished projects. If anything, it's grown even bigger. But the 113 ACAB diorama is almost finished. It's about 90% there. There are still bits to do here and there to the model and the groundwork, but mostly it's all shot. It's being edited as we speak and just needs the finishing touches. The life miniatures figures from the last video are ready for paint, and so are a few Andrea miniatures references. We've also got a couple of videos featuring Andrea colour model paints waiting to be edited, which brings me neatly to a few thank you messages and bits of news. Not only have companies like Andrea been kind enough to support the channel over the years and send samples, but I ordered some interesting products I'd like to share with you. Even though sometimes it took longer due to the global situation, a steady flow of packages arrived, and I thought it would be fun to run through them together. Let's get started with a rundown of some older samples and purchases and some newer ones. Thanks to Oscar at AK Interactive, who sent their new range of paints as well as some weathering products. These are AK Interactive's new acrylic modelling colours, their 3rd generation paints, which they claim have greater adhesion, better adaptability to both brush painting and airbrush painting. We got about a dozen references and we're very grateful for the samples, and we'll be using these paints on a new project. I was pretty excited to receive these as well, the weathering pencils. I'll be making a video on these at some point. What I'll do is I'll do a project using just the AK and MIG Productions products. Just have a look in the pencils. That's what they look like inside the box. AK Interactive also owns and distributes the MIG Productions brand, so it's great to see these products that I've used for years. It's good to see them re-released and available again, distributed by AK Interactive. We've received some washes, their oil and grease stain mixture, and some filters, which you can use to tone your base colours and slightly change the chroma or colour register. All of these will feature in a new video. I don't know when I'll make the video, but it should be coming out soon. Thanks to AK Interactive for sending those. In this brown box are a bunch of paints. They were sent to us by Sylvain and Domino, and they are a whole range of Mission Models paints, including their primer. I've never used these paints. I hear good things about them. Let's just have a look at what was sent and we'll run through them. There's certainly no shortage of paint ranges nowadays. They're all excellent. in my opinion. I've not yet come across a paint that is disappointing. These are really nicely packaged. Here again, best way to test these is to use them in anger. Therefore, I'll be doing a project using these mission model paints as soon as possible. They're acrylics. They're marketed as premium hobby paints. They're obviously water-based. You can airbrush them. It doesn't mention brush painting, so they look like they're primarily made for airbrushing. They've certainly got an airbrush on the bottle. It'll be interesting to see how those come out, and I'll make a video as soon as I can, but they look fantastic. Really excited to be using these. Silver, thanks for these, and I hope you modelers out there are as keen as I am to try these out on a test piece and a real project. I have to also give a shout out to Brad at Tankcraft for these fantastic modelling mats. They are high quality and come with a variety of designs, including now aviation subjects. These are the Panther and Sherman releases, and they'll be around the workshop for a while to come. They're lovely products. There's a link in the description if you want to get your hands on these. I wanted to take a bit of time to talk about paper releases, modelling items that are easy to overlook but which are really useful. Mitch Roberts sent us these fantastic signs from the Pacific Theatre, whilst Martin Shanardi was kind enough to reach out to me and send a whole range of paper designs for drinks, cigarettes and ration packs, some of them really quite rare. As usual, we have a raft of Hysterex films coming up. I'll release the Action Press book review soon, but there are also all of these still to come. And these are some of the references that will appear in forthcoming videos. The RP Tools Mitre Cutter, Plastic Magic Cements, and these are a product that really caught our eye. 3D printed from MJ Miniatures. These look amazing. There's World War II US clamp set and the World War II German clamp tool set. So these will appear in a forthcoming video. They've been sent to us courtesy of Hysterex agents, and you'll see it on their channel first, but it will also be appearing soon. How cool are those? You can see the detail there. Really great. And the technology is very clever, and you can see how they're moulded. Please cut red colour for use. If you want to see this review, stay tuned to the channel. And I saved the best for last. We can unbox these two packages from America together, and I'll show what's inside. Here are the two boxes. I've been itching to use Badger products on the channel for years, and an offer came up that was unmissable. The first one is the Renegade Spirit airbrush side feed. They all come in this leather pouch. Next up, quite excited about this, the Extreme Patriot with the high roller trigger. These aren't samples, I paid for all of these myself. This is the Extreme Sidewinder US. These were the first three that arrived. And then another two are in this packet. I went for, in addition to those brushes you've just seen, I went for also this one, Renegade Chrome. There. And this is one I'm very excited about as well. Another Badger Classic, a Sotar. These airbrushes are all going to be tested on forthcoming videos and probably in the Airbrush Show series. There's a whole backstory to these and the spending spree I went on and why that will be explained in a forthcoming video. Plenty of content for you there. I'm really excited to use these Badger airbrushes. Another item that has become a regular feature on my workbench is the Harder & Steenbeck air blower. This is indispensable for blasting away dust and dirt. And finally, my airbrush setup here at the workbench is not ideal. One of the things I want to do is set up this, which we've had for a while, but it's their universal airbrush holder, and I'll just give you a peek in the box what you get. Clamp, the formed arms, and it's designed to mate up with this which is the universal spray out pot. That's what you get. Some various bits inside there. As you can see, there's a support and an airbrush holder. And they're designed to also have this regulator and valve all connected together. When it's all made up, it looks like that. So that's something we have featured, been meaning to do it for ages. This will be done in a forthcoming video, and you can see how I try and improve the setup here at the workbench. Well, I hope that has reassured you that there'll be more content soon using all these products and more, as well as teaching you more techniques to improve your modelling. In the meantime, there'll be the video on the Axion Press Diorama Projects book coming soon, as well as the M113 ACAV video and plenty of others. So until the next time, bye.
Subscribe for our latest videos.